Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about what I do as a pharmacy technician. So if you're interested in being a pharmacy technician, you just want to know what they do, or you really want to do it as your career, or you just want to watch my video, then stay tuned because I'm about to tell you guys what I do step by step as a pharmacy technician.
Got me feeling like I'm the GOAT. They asking me for some pictures and I ain't even blow. I'm on my way to the top like I can't be below. They telling me that I'm crazy like I ain't even know. Hit him with a G33 and now he's seeing fun. One me, two.
Okay, you guys, if you guys don't know me, my name is Denia. My name on YouTube is unique, but my real name is Denia. I have 5 certifications for free. I got those all for free. If you guys want to know how I got those certifications, I have videos on my channel about how I got those certifications, and I also have little study notes videos for you guys to watch as well if you're working on getting those certifications and you need help studying. So check those out. But in today's video, I'm working on my 6th free certification as a pharmacy tech. I'm kind of on the rocks on like figuring out if I really want to get it or not, but I'm gonna try to push through and get it. But my life's been stressful. I got a lot going on, but we're gonna try to get this 6th certification for free. Now, I work at a pharmacy. I'm not gonna name which pharmacy, but I work at a pharmacy that trains you as a pharmacy tech and will pay for you to get your pharmacy technician certification. So that is how I got into being a pharmacy technician. Right now, I'm just a licensed pharmacy technician trainee. I don't really have the certifications yet, but I do work in the pharmacy and they're training me to get my pharmacy tech actual certification, and then I'll be qualified to go anywhere as a pharmacy tech. But that's how I got, or I'm trying to get my certification for free. But you don't have to go through pharmacy technician jobs. You can go to a school if you want to. It's either you go to the school route or you go through a job route, but there's 2 options to go, and I am in Virginia, so it may be different state to state. But let's get into what I actually do as a pharmacy technician. Okay guys, so I have my phone here. My phone has all my little notes of what I do as a pharmacy technician. It has bullet points, but I'm just going to elaborate on what I do exactly as a pharmacy technician. So we're about to go ahead and read these notes. Okay, so first thing that I do, the main thing that I do is count pills. Yes, I count pills as a pharmacy technician. People count pills different way. Some people count in 3s, some people count in 2s, I count in 5s. Some people may count in 4s or whatever, but the most common ways of counting pills would be 2s and 5s. Some people actually count in 3s, but I can't do that. It's really rare for me to find somebody or see somebody counting in 3s, but I know 2 people that I recently worked with before in the past that count in 3s, but it's easier to count by 5s. So what I do when I count by 5s, either I find all 5 pills and count them. I probably will do a separate, buy some stuff off Amazon and do a separate video with some pills and show you guys how to count as a pharmacy technician, because I'm gonna show you guys different ways and different techniques on how to count as a pharmacy tech. But anyways, what I do, either I see all 5 pills and I scoop, or I'll get 2 pills and then I'll get 3 pills and I'll be like 5. Get 3 pills, get 2 pills, then be like 10. Get 3 pills, get 2 pills, and then be like 15. I don't, most of the time I don't always get the whole 5 because it takes a little bit longer for my eyes to focus on 5 pills and then just count them from the group. So it's easier to catch 2 than 3 to say 5, 2 than 3 then say 10, or 3 and 2, whichever way y'all want to do first. But if you can count by 2s until like 100 or whatever, then you can do that as well. Most of the times you don't have to count really high numbers, because some pharmacy stores do have this thing called a Kirby, which counts pills for you. And I know you guys are like, well, if y'all have a machine that counts for you, why are y'all counting pills? Because we only have, well, my company only has 1 machine per store. Some stores don't even have a machine, depends on how busy you are. So when you're using the machine, you pour it in the machine and then it counts. But if you pour too fast, it stops counting. So which means you have to start all the way over. So instead of just using that machine for everybody, you can have somebody use the machine, somebody counting, and somebody else counting. So nobody's just gonna solely use that machine, because I feel like it would take longer. I feel like it's way more faster to count by person than the machine, because the machine you can't pour too fast. If you pour too fast, it stops counting. It starts all the way over. It's just a lot. So I rather just count by person. Even when I get to like 360s and stuff, I usually count it myself, because the Kirby gets on my nerves. Me and Kirby not friends, okay? Me and Kirby got beef, okay? Because Kirby, when they get Kirby, they cut hours. Kirby cut my hours, so I don't like Kirby. So yeah, that's the gist of counting pills. I count by 5s. I'm not gonna say you don't get in trouble if you undercount or overcount, but you will get a talk to. Some patients will come back. Some patients do count their pills and go home or go outside and count their pills, and then come back like, I don't have this much pills, I need this much pills. And what we do is, there is a whole process on counting pills. First of all, you got to get their prescription. It comes in, I would show you guys some prescriptions that I got. I'm about to go get one of my prescription papers because I do have an ear infection. So with ear infection, I'm taking antibiotics. So they gave me antibiotics, and they gave me ibuprofen, and they also gave me a yeast infection medication, because most of the times, 9 times out of 10, when a female takes antibiotics, she will get, most of the time, will get a yeast infection. So they gave me that as well. So I'm taking amoxicillin, ibuprofen, 400, and fluconazole at the end of my antibiotics. So I'm gonna show you guys how the paper looks, and I'm gonna kind of explain to you guys the whole, like, the way it works in the pharmacy. Okay guys, so I'm back. I got my medication. This is the fluconazole, which is used for yeast infections. Like I said, don't be like, ew, yeast infections, y'all. I'm taking antibiotics for my ear infection, and if the antibiotics give me a yeast infection, I'm taking this medicine, okay? So I'm basically showing you guys how it works in the pharmacy. When you're getting ready to print labels, you'll print labels, and it will come out something like, your label will come out something like this. It will have the name on it. It will have the medication. It will have the directions, and it may have like the side effects and stuff on it as well, and how many is in there, if it has a safety cap or not, how much is due, and things like that. So yeah, this is fluconazole 150 mg tablet. Like I said, they gave me other medications, but I threw those away. This is the only one that I kept in the casing, because I know that I'm gonna save this for last, and I don't want to misplace it. Trust me, when I need it, if I need it, I'm gonna take it whether I need it regardless. But y'all know what I'm saying. So we'll print out like this, flat out, and then you have to fold it up. You got to go look for the medication in the back. So you're looking for the medication in the back, and then you find the medication, and usually we put it in a basket. So once we put it in a basket, we kind of like print all the labels out. We print all the labels out, fold all the labels at once, put each label in their own basket, and then we'll go back and look for medications, and we fill baskets as we go. So with that being said, we'll come back to the baskets. We'll get our label out the basket and our pill out the basket. We either count the pill or we'll take a picture of it. Now this fluconazole comes like this, so they don't have to count anything. Now if I have to take 2 of these, then they'll give me 2 packets of like this. But this is how this medication comes, and you have to label the medication. Any medication you give out, you have to label it. Even though it's already in like a little container, they have to put this label on the back of it. So I've counted. Usually I'll get it like this. I will scan it without the label on it. So I will scan it. I got my label. I got my medication. Go into the person's paper by scanning this. You scan this, the top of this barcode. You scan it, and it'll open up that patient's medication for this medication, and then you scan this barcode, you scan this medication, and then it pops up where you have to take a picture of the medication to make sure you got the right medication. So if something goes wrong to where you miscounted, they got the wrong medication or whatever, the pharmacist can always go back and look, and it tells the name of the person who did it, and if they actually gave them the right medication, and if they actually gave them the right number of medications. So you'll take a picture of this, and then you have to take a picture of it with the label on it. So they have to take a picture of the front of the label and the back of the label, and then they bag it up, and then they staple it. So that's 9 times out of 10 how it works. So here's my amoxicillin. It's almost done, but here's my amoxicillin for my ear infection. So usually they'll get my label, Then they have the medicine. It'll be in like a stock bottle or like a regular bottle. You guys know how you buy ibuprofen or whatever from the store. It will come in like those bottles. You get that, you open those bottles, you pour it out, and then you count. You count with your little scoop or your spatula, whatever you guys want to call it. And then you'll take a picture of how much you counted. You put it in like this gray thing and you put it under the camera. You take a picture of it and then you get the gray thing and then you will scoop it back into this vial, and then you'll put the top on the vial, and then you'll lay the sticker on the vial and you'll take a picture, and then you'll put the sticker on, put the vial in the bag, and then you just staple the label to the bag. So that's how it works when counting pills. I didn't really show you guys me taking a picture because then I'll have to show you guys patient information. I didn't want to do that. So I'm explaining it the best I can. I'm probably going to do a breakdown video with some pills, and I'll show you guys like at home. I'll make up my whole little thing to show you guys what I do at work. Putting prescriptions in. We have several different, I'm gonna say, areas to what we do in the pharmacy, so we're gonna just go one by one. Now, putting prescriptions in, we do have a drop-off section to where patients come in and bring the prescriptions that the doctor give them and that we have to put in. So say like this medication here is 30 pills by mouth 3 times a day, amoxicillin. So the doctor will literally write amoxicillin 500 mg, and doctors write sloppy. Doctors write sloppy, but they train them to do this in school so nobody can plagiarize their handwriting or like their signature and stuff like that. So they write real nasty, real sloppy, but don't blame them because that's what they're trained to do. And we're trained to notice that if it's too neat, it's probably not a doctor. That's what we're trained to do. So I'm still confused on the sloppy handwriting. I just can't get with the sloppy handwriting. Somebody else got to put in the medication, or they got to tell me step by step what this thing say, because I don't know what it say. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't know the scribble writing. I don't think I can handle the scribble writing. I'm a trying, but I don't think I can. But anyways, I'm gonna put a picture in. It usually has a doctor NPI number, which we have to put in as well. It has an NPI number or a DEA number, and this number you can really tell if this is from a doctor or not. Like, some patients try to give us fake prescriptions, but they can't really get away with the fake prescriptions because you need an NPI number or a DEA number, and they really don't know that part yet. So even with me telling y'all this in a video, you can't make up a DEA number. You can't make up an NPI number. So if you're trying to fake and get prescriptions, you're out of luck because you can't fake those numbers. The pharmacist is literally going to run it through, or the pharmacy tech is really going to run it through, and nobody's going to pop up. And then we're going to be like, you're trying to get medicine and this is not a real prescription. You can go to jail for that. So let's just not do that. Okay. But it will have the doctor's name, where it's from, their NPI number and their DEA number, and then it'll have the medication, the strength of the medication, and how many times they're supposed to take the medication, and if there is any refills on the medication. Like mine says no refills, and it says take 1 capsule by mouth 3 times a day for 10 days. Now the doctors is not going to write it like this. They're going to write it in code. They're not going to write it like this. So they're probably going to write it as take 1 cap PO X3 per day X 10 times. That's how they're gonna write it, and it drives me freaking nuts. Some doctors write it out, some barely write it out, and some don't write it out at all. And I just be like, man, what they put like QID or BID and stuff like that. It's just, you have to learn those. I'm not gonna say code words. They're called something, I forgot. You have to learn those in the medical field because the doctors do use them a lot. So that is all I have to tell you guys about drop off. Drop off is literally drop off. They'll drop off a prescription and you have to put it in, and you have to tell them if you had it in stock. You got to tell them the price. I mean, you don't have to tell them the price or if they got it in stock, but if they're just standing there after they dropped it off, usually some people will drop it off and walk away because they know it's going to be a while. Some people will drop it off and just stand there because they want to know the price. They don't want to know when you're going to do it. Everybody's different. So you just kind of have to process it. It might take you a while at first, but you'll get it, trust me, because I've gotten it over time, but I still don't like the handwriting, so I still struggle with that at times. So now we're going to move on to the next thing. Answering the drive-thru. I hate the drive-thru. I don't know who came up with a pharmacy needs a drive-thru, but I'm going to need you to take it back. because it's a lot going on with the drive-thru, especially now with COVID. It's a lot going on with drive-thru. The drive-thru is basically a place where patients come to pick up their medication, and they come and take their COVID testing. So people do drop-offs in drive-thru, people do pickup in drive-thru, and people also do COVID testing in drive-thru. So drive-thru is a lot, especially when they have questions. I feel like if you have questions, you should come inside. It's just that simple, because answering questions in a drive-thru is not going to help the drive-thru. Drive-thru is supposed to be quick. Sadly, it's supposed to be quick, but I feel like it shouldn't be like that. But drive-thru is supposed to be quick. Asking questions in a drive-thru just prolongs everybody else's time in the drive-thru. And it's crazy because people will come to the drive-thru once they get up front. Yeah, you guys are taking forever, da, da, da. But then they want me to reprocess their insurance through the drive-thru, which takes over probably like 5 minutes, depending on their insurance, depending on if it's active or not, depending on the person, depending on what the medication is. So you're talking about it takes a long time, but yeah, you asked me a question that you should have asked coming in. It's different. You're holding up the line, and you get mad when somebody else holding up the line, but then you hold up the line. That's what aggravates me about drive-thru. But yes, drive-thru, you do a lot. Drive-thru, you do a lot. You do COVID, you do pickup, you do drop-off, and you answer questions. So I don't like drive-thru. I barely count when I'm at drive-thru because I'm always at drive-thru. Usually in drive-thru, you count and do drive-thru. So you're doing all that plus counting. I hate drive-thru. COVID testing. Like I said, we have COVID testing. We have scheduling for COVID shots. Yes, we can schedule. Well, we can't schedule. Well, what I'm working at, we can't schedule people for COVID testing. They have to schedule themselves online or on the app. I'm pretty sure there's a way for us to schedule them, but with our hours being cut so bad, we don't do walk-ins, so we can't really like have time to schedule them because we have to count people's prescriptions and deal with drive-thru and pick up and stuff like that. So we tell the patient to schedule online for their COVID shots or any other shots. So we do shots, we do put shots in, and we do COVID testing. Now, we only do COVID testing in drive-thru, so it's not like we're swabbing somebody's nose in store. No, you don't do that. We do that in drive-thru, and we talk them through their COVID testing. So that's basically how COVID goes. Like I said, we don't touch the stuff. They usually test, and then they clean their hands, and they'll put it in like a box in the drive-thru that Quest or LabCorp or whatever company comes get it and tests the COVID testing. So we don't actually touch anything. The only time we're touching COVID is when we're putting the samples, the swab, the vial, the bag, the wipes, and all that and their papers together to give to them. But other than that, we don't get it right back from them and keep it in the pharmacy. They get that same little kit that they just finished with, and they'll put it together and do it themselves, and then they will put it in the box in front of the drive-thru. So a lot of people ask me about COVID. We don't do COVID hands-on. We just put it together. We do not get the results. We do not process it here. It goes somewhere else. The only thing that we do is help you take your COVID test. We do not process it here, like I said, and we do not keep your COVID stuff. So a lot of people call us back when they get charged or they haven't got the results, but we have nothing to do with that. They have to call what's on the bottom of their paper, which that we give them every person. So I mean, y'all, COVID testing is a lot. Some people call COVID test like every week because of their jobs, because they don't have the shot. Pickup is just going up to the register and having patients come pick up their medications. They'll tell you their first and last name and date of birth, or they'll tell you the person that they're picking up for first and last name and date of birth, and then we'll give them their medication. We'll ring them up. Some patients have zero out balances. Some patients have high balances. Some patients have low balances. Some patients have insurance. Some patients don't. Some patients will get their medication and be like, this is not what I'm supposed to get. I'm supposed to get something else. And we tell them that it's not ready, and then they get frustrated. So there's a lot with pickup as well. People will ask for insurance change during pickup. They will ask for shots on pickup. They will ask for recommendations, even though they're supposed to go to consultation. Like, they'll ask everything on pickup as well. You just direct them to where they're supposed to go. Like, if a person has insurance problems, they're supposed to go to drop off. If a person wants to ask a pharmacist a question, they're supposed to go to consultation. And then if a person want to pick up a medication, they can pick up a medication. But if they having a problem with their medication, they're supposed to go to drop off as well. But 9 times out of 10, we try to help them right then and there. So pickup line will get long as well when we're helping patients redo their insurances and stuff like that. But we try to help the patients when we can, but if we feel like it's taking a little bit longer, we'll move the patient to a different direction and try to get the process a little bit faster. So that's basically it with pickup. And if a person doesn't know the person that they're picking up, first and last name, date of birth, don't sell it to them, because it's like, if you don't even know who you're picking up for, you shouldn't be picking it up. That's just pure point blank. I had that as well. I also had people that needed medications and they didn't have their ID, like for controls. You're supposed to have an ID for controls. There's no way of getting around the ID. There's no, oh, I'm gonna give it to you, you just come back and bring your ID and I'll put it in. No, the register will literally not let you move past the scan ID mode. You have to scan an ID, scan a passport, or scan their driver's license. You have to scan something. There's no getting past. There's not, oh, just come back and bring your card later. But no, you can't do that. You have to scan it right then and there. If you can't scan it right then and there, they can't get their medication. That's just pure point blank. And some people will try you and be like, you know me, you know I come here all the time, you know I always pick up my medications every other week, blah, 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 blah. That don't matter. You need to save yourself. You cannot do no favors. If they do not have their ID and is asking for ID, they cannot get it. That's just pure point blank. I'm telling you, people are going to try it. Don't let them try it. Don't let them try it. Please don't let them try it. Now we're going to talk about insurance problems. This is where the main frustration between pharmacy tech, pharmacist, and patient comes through. Insurance problems. Insurance will blame us. Patients will blame us. Doctors will blame us. We're like the middleman of everything. But if we cannot process your medication, it's either the doctor didn't put clear instructions and the insurance is rejecting it, or your insurance is rejecting it because the quantity is too high and they want you to have like 30 quantity or 20 quantity. They don't want you to have a 90-day supply. Or it's the insurance once you have a prior authorization from your doctor. And I know some people will be like, well, my doctor wrote it. Why they're asking for a prior authorization? This is stupid. We can't help that your insurance wants another prior authorization from your doctor. They're just trying to make sure, hey, this person's supposed to get this medicine because what's going on? They ask for another even though we put it in and we tell the doctor and everything, they want the doctor to verify it through the insurance. We are not purposely holding medications, not putting medications through, not putting your insurance through. It's just the insurance. Some insurance are very picky and they do not want to cover certain things. People feel like we purposely don't run their insurance through. We purposely hold their medication. We purposely put a prior authorization on a medication, or we purposely put it on hold or whatever. We do not purposely do anything. This is what the insurance requires or the doctor requires. This has nothing to do with us or the pharmacy. The pharmacy does not want to hold stuff. We're trying to get stuff out, so nothing is purposely done. Sometimes prior authorization from your doctors could take a long time, but you have to call your doctor to let them know, hey, I need this medication authorized. Can you please authorize it because I really need my medicine? Of course, they know you really need your medicine, so they will authorize it. Sometimes they just need that little push of, hey, there's something, they fax you something, can you please respond so I can get my medication? Sometimes they just need a little push because doctors have a lot on their plate as well, which doesn't mean that you shouldn't bother them, what you should, because you need your medication. You just sometimes have to remind the doctors. And all you have to do after you call the doctor, tell us that you called the doctor, and we just have to reprocess it to see if it went through. So that's the only thing with insurance problems. We are like the middleman of insurance. People insurance don't want to cover 90-day supplies or 3-month supplies, or like certain medications, certain brands. Some insurances want to cover off brands, some insurances want to cover name brands. It all depends on your insurance. The pharmacy is not purposely holding your stuff, I promise. So that's all I got to say about insurance. I'll probably do a more in-depth video, but right now we're just going to keep it simple. I'm just telling you guys the different areas of the pharmacy. Last but not least, dealing with angry customers. You deal with angry customers everywhere, no matter where you work, but especially in the pharmacy. I'm not gonna lie, this was never cussed out or anything like that until I got the pharmacy tech job. Like, this is the job that I've been cussed out the most. This is the job I've been racially profiled the most. This is the job where people will literally talk to you like you're trash. For me, everybody is different. I'm not saying that somebody will cuss you out all the time. I mean, I did have people like get an attitude with me when I was working dialysis, but this job here for me, not saying it's going to be like that for you, for me has been the worst with customers. I get cussed out on a daily. MFers, bitches, everything. People say I'm not doing my job because their insurance won't go through. This is the job where I've been the most disrespected. It's not even funny. The only thing that hasn't happened yet, which I hope don't happen because I will not work for the company no more, is somebody put their hands on me, whatever. I've got into it with a customer. I've told a customer. I got into it with a pharmacist that sent me home over a customer. Because I feel like I was racially profiled, and I did do a video on that as well. It's different for everybody, so I'm not saying don't do this job, but every job you're gonna have angry customers. Every job you're gonna deal with somebody cussing. I'm not gonna say every job. I mean, some people probably never get cussed out, but at some point you probably will get cussed out at a certain job. But this job, for me, my experience, I've been cussed out the most, and people get mad about their medications. Because people are sick, they're not feeling good, they're trying to get their medication, either the insurance don't want to pay for it, the patient can't pay for it, or the doctor hasn't authorized it yet. So I understand where the frustration is, but it's like, when you have people dealing with your stuff and trying to help you, I feel like you shouldn't cuss them out. They're trying to help you. It's one thing if they were like, oh, there's something we can do, and don't try. We literally try everything. We even put in like RX, good RX and stuff. We even put in little coupons that we have laying around in the pharmacy. Not all the times do those coupons work, but we still try. We try to find coupons. I even get my good RX phone app on my phone, and I'll look up the medications to see if I can find something that will work for the patient. I remember I got one patient's medication from $1,200 to about around $100. We try to help you guys get lower cost of medications, or even for free, by putting in your insurance, putting in good RX, putting in coupons. We try to do what's best for you, but some people make it hard to help when they're cussing you out constantly. Sometimes it'll be the same patients, sometimes it's a new person every time. It depends on the person, but I'm gonna say stick through it. Get your certification, get your money. Don't worry about the customers. Just do what you're supposed to do, and at all times cover your butt. Cover your butt. Make sure you count those pills. Make sure you label those pills correctly, because people will like, especially with like controls. I didn't get my Suboxone. I didn't get this. They only gave me 5 of that. That's why we take a picture of how many pills they have, that we have counted, and it saves it in their file. So if a patient said, oh, I only got 10 pills and I'm supposed to get 30, we can go back and look at that picture, print it out, and then count it on the paper. So patient will try it, but I'm gonna just say stick through it. So yeah, good luck if you're a pharmacy tech or you want to become a pharmacy tech. Do not give up. Do not let this last part of this video of angry customers stop you, because you have angry customers literally everywhere and anywhere. Just do what you got to do to get to where you want to be. I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be posting once a week, if not more than once a week. We're coming back to back with these videos, you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content, just like I'm enjoying editing and putting them out for you. Y'all stay safe, stay cautious, be aware of your surroundings, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
With these 2 3s on my feet, got me feeling like I'm the GOAT. I'm on my way to the top.